So now, since we since we already know how to tie HTML elements to view methods, we'll now want to tie these delete icons to actually delete the array item or to do item. So let's do that. This is the delete icon, which is for trash. So let's bind it to a view method. Just like this. We can even copy it. But instead of calling the add to do method, obviously we want to call a delete to do method, which we have not made yet. So let's make this now. So this is methods. This is the end of add to do. Add a comma and write add delete to do. Function, open curly braces, and let's test whether this binding works. Test delete to do. Save it and refresh it. Oops, when we refresh, the task items are gone. So let's just add more tasks first. Task, new task, newer task. So let's delete the new task. But at the moment, it only calls the delete to do method, which calls this alert test delete to do. So it's correct. This seems all good, but actually it's a little bit more complicated for deleting an array item, because by just calling a delete to do, it is impossible for this method to know which to do is it that we need to delete, which task do we need to actually delete, since there are many of them. So we need to pass it something, and an identifier for an array item. One of the easiest thing that we can do is to pass it the arrays index. At the moment, we don't have any array index. We only have the array items object. So in order for us to access an array items index, in this for loop, what we can do is to have a bracket on the first variable, add a comma, and type in index. This represents the arrays index. It starts with 0. The first item will be 0, second item will be 1, 2, and so on. And copy this index and put it here as a parameter to the delete to do. Okay, so now if you're confused, don't worry about it at all actually, because I totally understand that this can be quite confusing. It might take a while to sink in, but if by the end of this video you still have your doubts, please do not hesitate to clarify with your mentor. But for now, just follow along and code along with me. Add this and put index in the parameter, and we are passing this index to the delete to do. Save this page. This delete to do will now have the word index, and so we'll know which to do item is being called upon. These to do's, these braces, and put an index, and then dot name. Again, if this confuses you, don't worry about it. Just clarify with your mentor after this video. Let's try this out. Refresh. Again, everything will be gone. New task. New task. So when we click this delete icon, it will actually say newer task, and we expect that it will say new task if we click on this icon. New task. So it's correct. It's referencing the right to do. But again, instead of letting it out, we want to actually delete the to do item. How do we do that? Let's Google how to remove array item in JavaScript. So they're actually giving this line. array.splice and then give the index of the thing that we want to remove and just put in 1. So let's do that. Array.splice, it will delete the array item of the index that we pass in here and just type in 1 here. This should not be array. This should be this array name, which is this dot todos dot splice. Out. New task. Newer task. Refresh the page. Add some tasks. New task. Newer task. And newest task. Now I have 3 to-do items. Let's remove the newer task, which is in the middle. And now we're left with new task and newest task. That means it works. So we can delete the rest of it also. So you have now successfully created 2 methods for this array using view, which is adding tasks and deleting tasks.